Hi guys, as my home province Hubei is still in lockdown and no one is allowed to walk around in the village, so I'm actually grounded with no place to shoot videos. But I think that I can do something else without having to go outside. Now I'm in the family wind house, so to speak. In winter, we eat and watch TV in this room. As you can see, it's not fancy, it looks not good, but it's quite warm and practical. Unlike that part of the house, farmers with their dirty feet after work can get in directly without the need to take off their shoes. Let's get into business. I'm a Chinese English bilingual interpreter working in Shenzhen, one of the 4 leading metropolises of China. As you know, interpretation is a challenging and demanding job. To be a good interpreter, you must be able to handle all kinds of situations. Some problems seemed small, insignificant, and easy to resolve, but quite often they may teach us a bitter lesson. As far as interpreters were concerned, for instance, not knowing or remembering the names of persons and places of other countries could mess up a conference or even cost their career. I know many international friends have difficulties in spelling Chinese names, just like Chinese people facing foreign names. But in fact, Chinese family names are far more easier to pronounce and much smaller in numbers, comparing with the names of other countries, of course, except for Vietnam and Korea. To my knowledge, as of 2019, the overwhelming majority of Chinese people can be grouped into around 200 family names, and the combined population of the top 10 names was over 600 million, accounting for 43% of China's total. And the most popular family name was totaling around 101 million, followed by Li, with a population of over 100 million as well. So, almost all Chinese, either themselves are named Wang or Li, or have friends or relatives called Wang or Li. For this reason, there is even a joke goes this way: be careful, your wife might have cheated on you, for your son looks like the old one next door. Sounds funny, but it also makes people confusing and boring for having so many Mr. Wang, Mr. Li, and Mr. Zhang, etc. So, if you are lucky enough to have a rare or even double-charactered family name, then the others would cast you a generous glance. Having said all that, China is not the worst case. Our neighbors, Vietnam and Korea, have more concentrated person-name demographic distribution. As far as I knew, about 40% of Vietnamese are named Nguyen. Sorry for my bad Vietnamese pronunciation. Writing in Chinese character, Ruan, and the top 10 names cover more than 60% of Vietnam's total population. On the other hand, some 22% South Koreans are named Kim or Jin in Chinese, followed by Li, around 15%, and Pak, approximately 9%. So, in this sense, when only their family names of the two countries needed to be translated, the work of Chinese interpreters will be much easier. But if their full names have to be interpreted, then it would be a totally different story. We know that Westerners have more diverse family names but limited given names. Quite the opposite, East Asians, other than Japanese, have fewer family names, but far more complicated given names. On top of that, historically, both Vietnam and Korea had been influenced by China in culture, so their names are related to Chinese characters, even if they don't use Chinese characters anymore nowadays. In theory, the Chinese characters used in their names can be worked out in translation, but in interpretation, we just don't have the luxury to do research to find the correct answer. As a result, transliteration could be an effective strategy adopted by interpreters. For instance, in normal, I would say 特朗普、纽约、普京、莫斯科. But in crisis, to some extent, it's okay to say Trump, New York, and Putin, Moscow. But not good and less acceptable to say Moon Jae-in, Busan, and Ho Chi Minh, Hanoi. Instead, I'm supposed to say Wen Zai-in, Fusan, Hu Zhimin, Henei. But anyway, transliteration serves as the last resort that can be used by interpreters in emergency concerning Vietnam and South and Korea. But unfortunately, this mechanism, transliteration, doesn't work at all when Japan is concerned. As you know, both China and Japan use Chinese characters, known as kanji in Japan and Hanzi in China. But over time, the Japanese pronunciation system, unlike those of Vietnam and Korea, has grown completely different from its Chinese counterpart. To put you into perspective, I made some diagrams to display the differences between the Japanese and the Chinese pronunciations in names of persons and places. Oh, thank God. Holy moly. As you have said, there is no way to persuade the Chinese to either accept or understand such English translations as Shinzo Abe, Osaka, and Toshiba. Just no way. If I did so, my clients would vote by fate and think that I am incompetent and unprofessional. And most importantly, they would learn about lesson from the speaker. So instead, to make them understand, I should say, 安倍晋三大阪东芝. Alright, let's call it a day. If you like, please give me a thumb up, subscribe, share and comment. Thank you for your time. See you.